The third word. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home. Here in the final moments of his life, Jesus is choosing to die just as he lived. In the face of his death, he is showing us what love looks like. Real, messy, complicated love. As Jesus is suffering and dying on the cross, he instructs his mother and beloved disciple to care for one another, to look after one another, to be family for one another, no matter what may come. Jesus chooses with that remaining strength that he has to provide not only for them, but for us also. In this gesture from the cross, Jesus provides for us, showing us a new way to be, a new way to care and love for one another, to choose to be family for one another, no matter what may come. Just as Jesus made space for others in his life, he is doing so in his death by providing a counter to darkness and death. He offers hope and love through connection. In the face of his own death, Jesus chose to stand against the abandonment of his own mother. He stands against our abandonment as well. But I want Jesus to say more. How can this be all that he says from the cross? I want him to explain, why is this happening? To give me a word of reassurance and that everything will be okay. Didn't Mary and the disciple wish to hear such a word? Didn't they wish to hear Jesus say that he loved them? But then, as I consider Mary standing at the foot of the cross, remaining in spite of it all, Mary being present with her son as any mother would stand until the very end, I witness her tremendous love and faithfulness. Mary learned early how to trust, pregnant and afraid, abandoned and ashamed. She learned to trust God. She learned to be faithful. As a young mother, Mary trusted God as she nurtured Jesus and taught him his first words. As she taught Jesus how to walk, Mary trusted God as she watched Jesus grow, watched him learn to be and to move away from her. And now, in the face of her son's suffering, Mary trusts God and she stands. She stands weeping. One of the earliest hymns depicting Mary's suffering is the Latin hymn, Stabat Mater Dolorosa. This means the sorrow of Mary as she was standing. The opening lines convey the beauty and faithfulness of Mary's love. At the cross, her station keeping, stood the mournful Mary weeping, close by Jesus to the last. And so on this Good Friday, as we join Mary at the foot of the cross, will we choose to stay close to Jesus until the last? Wherever you find yourself today, uncertain, alone, afraid, without family around you, stay close to the cross. For as Jesus provided for Mary and the beloved disciple, so too he provides for each one of us and for his world, now in this dark time, and in every dark hour to come. To God be the glory. Amen. Please pray with me. We find ourselves weeping with Mary at the foot of the cross. O God, give us her courage to remain and to stand together, to trust even when we do not see that you offer us peace and your presence. Amen.